The noble art of debating, the sport.
Is it a sport?
Well,
that's what we're going to ask.
I think it is.
There's nothing physical involving...
There's nothing physical involved in chess though either.
No, that's
or
right.
petanque.
That's why chess might not be a sport.
But you said it might be.
Well, I think if chess is going to be, might be a sport, then I think...
I better go, huh?
Okay, all right.
All right, Chester. We'll come around and take a photo with you for our Facebook page as well.
Photo?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, well, we don't really have time. But we will come to your class and take a photo of you.
Sounds good.
Sweet.
Thanks very much, sir.
Thanks very much. Thanks. Yeah, that's right. I let you have it, of course.
Cheers. All right, Sam, go for it.
Okay, first off, I know you coach the Premier 2 team. How's your team going?
Well, we're doing exceptionally well on occasion and exceptionally badly on others.
So, what is that like? How many wins from your games?
3 wins from 4.
So that's pretty good.
Yeah,
and
no, it is good. It is good. As you know, it's a very difficult thing to do, and most of them are limited preps, which mean that you've got half an hour to get yourself ready to do things.
Carry on.
Okay. And so then you have to speak for your kind of 6 to 8 minutes, and we're blooding several characters this year, ready for the premiers next year.
Like who?
Well, we've got newcomers like Nathan Weatherhead and Brandon Couch and Josh Ross, who haven't done debating before but have done really well coming in, and we're putting them in as third speaker to see how they go.
So will they be looking at the top team next year?
They will be. There'll be huge pressure for places, I would imagine, because there's going to be a squad, I think, of about 7 or 8.
And is Liam Dennis getting up around there, or...?
Well, he did very well at the Russell McVeigh and has been, I think, in another pre-May debate.
Yes, he has. He did last one, which we won.
And so, yes, he's another hopeful as well. So
Miss,
Mr. Jenkins will have a huge team.
Miss, I'm not a debater myself, but what's the point of having a squad if nobody can get injured?
But they can. Their egos can get injured, and Cameron, that's probably as bad as any other
Even
physical
worse.
injury.
It's
even worse.
harder to repair.
You know, I mean, people could say unkind things about you, Cameron. At the end of the day, you never get over it, really.
Fair enough. So, do the people in the team swap around, or is it just the best play, or talk, or whatever you call it?
It swaps around a bit because it's a bit. Oh, I'll just answer this. Yeah, it swaps around a bit. What do you think, Miss?
No, well, it does swap around, but I think people are kind of made for certain positions. Your first is kind of quite methodical. Your second is someone who can bring in other things, and your third's the hired gun. You know, so they're always the loudest and the the loudest would be the third.
All right,
Nice.
so we had Mr. Cadrell in studio the other day, or a couple of weeks ago, or ages ago, and he was talking about chess fights at exchanges. Have there been any debating fights?
I know Cole get pretty angry when they lose. Have you ever heard of them?
Yes, I have. I mean, there was an occasion with you, and I think we had one in Prem B as well, when they disagree with an adjudication and they just kind of leave. No one really leaps over a table and attacks someone physically, because people doing debating probably are more adroit with words and phrases than that and don't need to resort to the physical violence of other altercations. But, they have been throwing down their papers in disgust and leaving.
So you just throw your toys around?
Absolutely throw your toys, yeah.
So do you get eliminated? Like, does your team get disqualified if something happens like that?
No, I've never heard of that happening. I've never heard of that occurring afterwards, but you'd venture to suggest if you met the same adjudicator again, they were going to look pretty warily at you.
Fair enough.
Well, what's the what's the weirdest moot that you have ever seen been debated? Like, I've had some weird ones, but surely in your time you must have heard some really strange ones.
Yeah, that frogs should be stained.
Really? What do they say to that?
What was a junior cert one, and it was really quite strange that frogs should be stained, because you were sitting there desperately thinking, why on earth would you want to stain a frog for a start? What types of frogs would look best with stain? What colour would the stain be? How long would the stain stay on, etc.?
So
we lost.
What were you guys saying? Affirming, or?
We were affirming, saying they should be stained. I mean, ask yourself, could you come up with many reasons for why a frog should be stained?
No, I cannot imagine. I cannot also imagine who would have come up with that question. Also, what's the weirdest thing that a speaker have said? Because I've seen some speakers say some fairly racist things in the heat of the moment where they're just trying to come up with an example and accidentally saying something really bad. Have you ever heard? something like that?
One of the things in debating that one should never do is mention Hitler, and there are some teams that always mention Hitler. Hitler comes up in everything, like environment, global warming is due to people who are akin to Hitler and have done nasty things. The funniest thing I think I've ever seen, though, was Aria Rees Parsi and a point of information. At Premier, you have a point of information where you can stand up and you can interrupt the opposing team and you can ask them a question and they can rebut from there. And we were blithely in the middle of speaking, and it was our team that was speaking. Our second speaker was standing up, and Aria Rees Parsi leapt to his feet and said, "Point of information." Everybody stood kind of stunned because he was giving it to his own team. And then he said, "I totally agree with what you're saying," and sat down, which caused huge mirth.
Was there uproar? Was they
Well,
throwing
there
the
was.
papers
It
around?
was kind of like, does he understand what he's doing? But, as with so many things Aria did, he understood perfectly well what he was doing, and he was kind of mocking, really.
Fair enough. I got a question, if that's right with you, Sam.
Yeah, I'll allow it this time.
Thank you. Point of information. No, I just thought I'd do that. Who's the best debater in school at this present moment?
Well, that's a hard one because, they're different in different things. We've got a lot of top debaters, really. Yeah, they are. They're very different. Top thirds, top seconds, top firsts, top on...
Okay, who's the top firsts?
Who are the top firsts?
Yep.
Probably the Premier team. Oliver Pook would be up there too, and so would Liam Dennis, really.
So there's not one person that stands out?
No,
No,
that's the
'cause-
wonderful thing about debating. It requires a whole team to work.
One person can't just win the debate. You need to have a complete team.
That's right.
Who's been the best debater at Hibs in your time you've been here?
Probably Chris Bishop.
He's got a trophy named after him, doesn't he?
Yes, indeed.
What's that for?
Debating.
Debating. He was
right.
on world teams and national teams and stuff, and is now a spokesperson for Big Tobacco.
Fair enough.
I've heard he said something about tobacco. Have you heard some of his comments?
No, one of the latest was that he didn't think that plain packaging would make any difference, and I don't know, but he was standing there playing the case, so to speak.
I've heard he calls tobacco and cigarettes.
Oh, Liberty Sticks.
Yeah. What a wonderful term for them, but yeah, I'm not sure we'll encourage people to stop smoking.
Absolutely not.
So that joker Atish Narayan, who thinks he's in the A team for being I don't know what he is, but
Researcher.
a researcher? Is that true?
Huge breadth of knowledge with Atish.
Because I don't think he's turned up to one debate this year.
No, but there's a lot of things, there's sort of like the thought wave mentality and the whole kind of like support that you can give mentally that Atish probably gives,
But how can he give something if he hasn't turned up to a debate?
Well, I don't know. I suppose it's just like the adulation that we can give our top netball team or football teams and rugby teams.
So you're saying he essentially applauds us and makes us feel better,
Exactly. Vital role.
and that's what he brings to the team.
Vital role. Yeah.
So is that what will he be getting a badge at the end of the year for his work he's been doing in the team?
Oh, well, absolutely.
But he hasn't done anything.
Well, no. It depends on how you judge the adulation and the praise and all of those things, really.
Miss, what has he done?
Well,
So you can't even say anything.
I'm with the Prem Bs. I'm not with the Prem A, so I probably couldn't answer that one
Sam?
truthfully.
He has, for some of the prepared debates, he has helped us on some topics. I can't remember the actual debates, but
Enough to get a badge?
no.
Yeah, okay. Atish, if you're
But it's not
listening-
all about the badge.
Well, it is to him, though.
No,
It's the
I
only
think
reason- it's the only reason he's doing it.
Atish enjoys a good debate, and anyone who knows him will enjoy that he loves to argue, and I reckon that is why
But
he
he's
was
not
on the
even
team.
on the... he's not even arguing.
He was arguing with
He's
us to help
researching.
us get a case.
Fair enough. You got any more questions, Sam?
No, I think we're a bit short on time, so I think we'll go now. Miss Stuart's got a class. So thank you for coming on the show, Miss, and unlucky that you lost your game, but yeah.
Yeah,
I
Miss.
would have done a lot better if it was flowers, names of.
Well, Miss,
But no-
maybe we can get all the people that lost to come back, and maybe we can
Consolation round.
That'd be a good idea, a consolation
The
round.
losers-
You know,
the
so I
losers
played
cup.
it for the first time.
the losers cup, and you can face Tomo and Flowers or something.
Okay.
How about
No
that?
one cares
Thank you very
about
much
flowers.
for that, Cameron.
No problem.
Thank you very much, Miss.
Thanks.
So we've got a song for you guys to end up with now. Cora Skankenstein. I've never heard that song in my life. Have you, Sam?
No, I have not.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening to us for the term, and we will be back next term with some great stuff. Thanks, guys.